The reason that people are supposed to work to overcome racism isn't because they are personally responsible for it. We're supposed to work for a better world. We're supposed to work for a better country. We're supposed to work for justice. And that isn't because you personally are responsible for some sort of injustice. It's because you're supposed to work for justice.
We need to turn up the heat of hate.
The hate that's being dismissed right now is not towards one group. It's not just people of color. It's the transgender community. All communities are disenfranchised.
1, 2, 3. Hate will not win. One of our speakers earlier said that we are not born with hate. That's true. Hate is a learned behavior. It's time we unlearn it.
We see the effects of institutional racism every day. We know the problems may be complicated, but the evidence of racism is clear. We live this problem. This is not politics or rhetoric for us in this community. This is the work that we do and need to do in Austin.
They are concerned about gentrification in East Austin, but whether their concerns translate into actual action is a separate question, and we'll be seeing what they do with Code Next. They are concerned about our policing contracts and police brutality issues, but again, whether they can translate that into action is going to be a separate question. I think that their hearts are in the right place, but there's a question whether they will follow through with action.
Gentrification is happening, but it's our responsibility to acknowledge that and try to adjust to fit those cultures or those people who are trying to come. They're not getting the recognition that they deserve, but they feel like they need. They may come into the offices and may not feel, they don't see anyone that looks like them, and it kind of turns them away. And of course, cultural issues. My mom and dad told me I had to get a job. You know, school wasn't an option. I didn't know how to do it. Nobody in my parents went to school. I was first generation. I thought about it, but then it wasn't possible. I just didn't think I would succeed. So I don't think that it's necessarily just ACC. I do think that it's the area in general that's not able to suit certain lifestyles anymore. But at the same time, I don't feel like we're really recognizing those groups either, because they're still coming to ACC. They're still trying to get into ACC. And I think a lot of our processes are geared to more students that have come from privilege, who do have parents that went through the process or went to school.
I think Brian gives new meaning to that ACC slogan, start here, get there, because we've gotten there and we're going to keep going.
This spring we were doing a project called The Big Read, which is, we got funding from the National Endowment for the Arts to have as many students, faculty, and so forth as possible read a book and discuss it with one another in any of a wide variety of contexts, and to discuss it with members of the community. The book in this case is Citizen. It's a volume of poetry, but it's largely about microaggressions and some of the experience of what it's like to be a person of color in a country that has a long legacy of white supremacy. So there's going to be a lot of discussion about that, and hopefully some people will have some insights growing out of those discussions.
During the 60s, the college community were the biggest voices, and we need to enact that and make that happen again.
Maybe these students have a point, or maybe something is wrong with how we do things, or maybe we should see what the black students are going through. I think it brings about awareness, because a lot of times we'll see organizations with the title black in them and everyone's like, well, that excluded everybody else. No, we're not trying to exclude everyone. We just want to bring awareness to some of the culture barriers that prevent black students from being successful, or prevent black students from getting to where they need to be. So it's not a big impact like on a national level, but it is an inside. It brings about awareness. It helps other students understand, yes, it's a Black Student Association, but it's not just for blacks. It's to kind of help you learn. It's to help show you. It's to teach you about oppression and systematic issues and things to that matter.